Not many people know that. If ever I meet a girl called Anna, I say, we did a song about you. Nobody ever knows the Beatles did a song called Anna. So all the Annas out there now know.
Hello, and welcome to my Beatles YouTube channel. If you like the Beatles, please make sure you subscribe and you check out my other videos because I'm sure you're gonna find them interesting. This is episode number 7 of a new series called Song Secrets of the Beatles, in which we analyze every single Beatles song one episode at a time. Every episode is divided in 5 different sections: the story behind the song, in the studio, decoding the lyrics, breaking down the music, and legacy and impact. Today's song is Anna, Go to Him, or simply Anna. So let's go ahead with our first section. This is
the story behind the song, behind the song.
The song was written and recorded by Arthur Alexander, and it was released as a single by Dot Records on the 17th of September 1962. Being a personal favorite of John Lennon, Anna was part of the Beatles' early repertoire, and the Beatles also decided to include it on their first album, Please Please Me, which was released in the UK on the 22nd of March 1962. The song was also included in the Beatles' first record in America called Introducing the Beatles. Alexander based the lyrics of the song on the early days of his relationship with his girlfriend and later wife, Anne. Apparently, her earlier boyfriend, who came from a rich family, was trying to win her back. According to Alexander's biographer, Richard Younger, it was surely Arthur Alexander who had been unfaithful in his marriage. But in the song he plays the role of the abandoned lover. According to Younger, Alexander said that his wife has not actually been unfaithful, but he believed his wife was starting to regret not taking back her former boyfriend. Alexander's marriage eventually ended in divorce. So let's go ahead with our next section. This is
in the studio, recording the song.
The Beatles recorded Anna on the marathon session that took place at Abbey Road Studios, of course at that time it was called EMI Studios, in London on the 11th of February 1963. Producer George Martin, who had been to the Cavern in Liverpool, had seen them play live and wanted to recreate that atmosphere for the first Beatles record, so he decided to record all the songs in one day as if it was a live performance. That day they recorded 10 out of the 14 songs from the Beatles' first album, Please Please Me. The other 4 songs being the Beatles' singles, Love Me Do and Please Please Me, and their B-sides, P.S. I Love You and Ask Me Why. The Beatles recorded Anna in 3 takes. Take 3 was the master. George Harrison, being the Beatles' lead guitarist, played on guitar the distinctive phrase that Floyd Kramer played on piano on the original recording. So, for this session we have John Lennon on lead vocals and acoustic rhythm guitar, Paul McCartney on backing vocals and bass, George Harrison on backing vocals and lead guitar, and Ringo Starr on drums. The song was produced by George Martin and engineered by Norman Smith. The Beatles also recorded Anna on the 17th of June 1963 for the BBC radio show Pop Go The Beatles. The show was broadcasted on the 25th of June 1963.
I used to love that Beatles radio show. Remember when it was before it was just going nuts on the air on a Friday night or something? Pop Go The Beatles. Oh, that was so hilarious. I used to run home from college to listen to that.
Hi, sorry to interrupt the video. Just a very quick, very important announcement. I published a book. That's right, I published a book. It's called From the Cavern to Abbey Road, a journey through the Beatles' iconic landmarks. In this book, we see the story of the Beatles from the places where everything happened. Some of them are famous, like let's say Abbey Road Studios, and some of them perhaps not so famous, like for example the art gallery where John and Yoko met. I put a lot of work and effort into this book, and it would help me so much if you grabbed a copy. It's available on Amazon all around the world, so if you want your copy, please go to the link in the description. Thank you. Now back to the video. So let's go ahead with our next section.
This is decoding the lyrics.
Decoding the Lyrics. So I have two interesting things to say about the lyrics. Despite the song title being Anna, go to him, the lyrics keep saying go with him rather than go to him. Another thing is that Arthur Alexander called the song Anna rather than Anne. His wife's name was Anne, but he needed that extra syllable, so he called the song Anna. The lyrics of Anna express heartbreak and resignation. If he loves you more, go with him. And in the second verse, it even says, Anna, just one more thing, girl. You give back your ring to me and I will set you free. Go with him. So they were engaged. Sad. So let's go ahead with our next section.
Breaking down the music, breaking down the music, breaking down the music, breaking down the music.
I love this song. It's one of the many examples that we can see in the early Beatles catalog where the music is actually very happy but the lyrics very, very sad. The structure is pretty simple, it's also a pretty short song, and I'm gonna show you something about the harmony. So in the beginning we only have two chords. We're in the key of D, although I don't think that's the original key, but it doesn't matter, the harmony is the same. So D, and then we go a little bit more sad with a B minor. D, and then sad, B minor. So, Anna, you've come and asked me, girl, the introduction of the problem, to set you free, girl. And then we start adding more chords. You say he loves you more than me, so I will set you free. Now we end up in an A, which the A is the 5th grade of the scale and wants to resolve going back to D, as it says, go with him. Da-da-da. Very pretty, right? And then my favorite bit is the bridge, where John Lennon, who was already losing his voice because he had a bit of a cold that day, goes, all of my life I've been searching for a girl. You know, it's very sad because he's saying, like, he's been trying to find someone who loves him the way he loves this girl. Who loves me like I am. And then we add some tension, adding a 7th. Love you. The 7th always adds tension. But let me tell you now that every girl I've ever had, it's not just a recent problem, breaks my heart and leaves me sad. That's the most interesting thing actually yet, because we're going from G to G minor. That's not a very, very common move in pop music, but it's very effective because obviously the minor chords tend to be a bit more sad than the major chords. You see, happy, sad. So we go, every girl I've ever had, and then breaks my heart and leaves me sad, which is the sad chord when the sad lyrics come. And then, what am I supposed? And then we ask the question as we go to the 5th, which we already said the 5th wants to resolve. What am I supposed to do? And back. Genius. So let's go ahead with our next section. This is Legacy and Impact.
And finally, this is Legacy and Impact.
Anna was included in the Beatles' debut album Please Please Me, released on the 22nd of March 1963, which reached the top spot on the UK records chart, and it stayed there for 30 weeks. A very promising start for the Beatles. Unterberger praised the Beatles in his review of Anna, saying that John Lennon's voice added a torture pain not present in the original version by Arthur Alexander, especially at the conclusion of the bridges. It's also mentioned that the Beatles' backing vocals were superb and more effective than on the original version. A Spanish-language cover was released by Grupo Pegaso in 1996 in their album Amor Vendido, and also an English version in 2019. So this is pretty much it for now. Thank you so much for watching until the end. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. You can also follow me on Instagram or Facebook. There is a PayPal link for donations. Of course, every donation will be absolutely appreciated. You can also buy my book, Actually, that would make me very, very happy indeed. Or the free option is just to subscribe to this YouTube channel and maybe click on the bell icon so you're the first to know when I upload new videos. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.
Well, I'm afraid that's us run out of time.
Oh,
I'm really
okay.
sorry.
Oh,
So,
bye, everyone.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
If I give my heart to you, I must be